pre-match talk how she wants her players to find angles, better angles, to not allow London Pulse to run on that, and they need to now adjust that going into the second half.
Liz Scholes, Ebony, you just mentioned her. I mean, we spoke about her pre-match. She is just incredibly quick, isn't she? She, I suppose, is a lot of their Pulse's transition to goal and how quick it is down to Liz Scholes.
They did indeed, but she's really the engine. She's the heart of that attacking end. I think everything ticks from her beat, and you can see it on the faces of Liv Sheen, Gracie Smith, trying to pick those pockets or kind of anticipating where the ball might come. Look, she's had the most centre pass receipts in the first half, 10 of any other player on the court. You can just see her work here, and it's just her vision, just to let the ball go nice and early. Interestingly enough, at the start of the game, we talked about the matchup between her and Taylor McKevitt. McKevitt sitting on 9 penalties so far, the most penalised player at the moment in this final. But that's also because she can't contain Liz Scholes. I think what's been really impressive, what she'll need to take into the second half, is actually the change of timing. Her ability at the moment, not only just to give the first ball when she sights it, but also to work it to circle edge at the moment has been really the Achilles heel in Thunder's defensive side. So a brilliant display by Scholes. The patience, the clarity, the change up of the timing has really had Thunder on the back foot so far.
As we know, these teams have played 3 times. London Pulse have only beaten Thunder once, but in that game, Liz Scholes played for the full 60 minutes. Jodie, I know you have been impressed with Eleanor Cardwell, though, who is, of course, Thunder's shooter. She's been very accurate yet again, which is no surprise when it comes to Cardwell.
She has, and for me, it's the work that she's doing on Halimah Adio and Fumi Fidoju. Both in that circle, she's under so much pressure, but the way she's able to find the body, create space for Lois Pearson to take on those drives in the baseline is where AO Manchester Thunder have found real dominance. And Nat Metcalf, we see the work that's happening outside the circle between Nat Metcalf, Amy Carter. They're having to reposition that ball around that circle edge, use the third line to try and find those angles. So the patience has been there, but it's now how do they become more fearless instead of trying to create those multiple phases. Now they know that this London Pulse side are going and challenging on everything.
So Cardwell started the game goal shooter. You had Lois Pearson, who started the game goal attack. Tamsin, I'm interested to hear your thoughts on the way that Lois Pearson started the game.
Well, I said if Thunder wanted to win today, they were going to have to be brave, and Lois Pearson sadly wasn't brave in that first quarter in terms of the shot. And one of the biggest issues they were having is not even about getting into the circle, it was their second phase connection. And I want to pick this up here. This is in the second quarter before they've made that change. And you can just see there's absolutely no options for Nat Metcalf. And just watch how much Liz Scholes, Amy Carter, Nat Metcalf are asking players to come for the ball. So Elle Cardwell needs to come out. Now the problem is here, Lois Pearson doesn't look like she wants this ball in here now, and there's absolutely nothing coming in the pockets. So it means they have to go back, and we talked about this recycle earlier. The problem is, from here, they now need to be brave. Look at Nat Metcalf, one of the best players on the ball, not even looking in the circle. This is where Elle Cardwell needs to pull into that 1-point zone, or they need to be brave to put it into pocket. They're not doing that, and so what's happening? They're getting hooked into one option. So as Lois Pearson presents for the ball here, this is what they're playing at. Look at what is going to open up. This is opening up here. Elle Cardwell will open up, but you can only do that if you're prepared to hold the ball and see 2 options. They're just not doing that. They're relying too much on the umpires trying to give them the call. They're getting hooked into those little short stuff. They need to let more stuff go if they want to take this second half.
Ebony, so Sophie Fawns then enters the game. Karen Gregg makes that tactical change in the second half. Did you see an immediate impact?
I saw an immediate impact. I think we both said, didn't we? We saw an immediate impact. Just her pace. She's Australian, so we always know in terms of they want the ball, they demand the ball. So she's just trying to create some more rotation, I guess more efficiency going towards the circle edge. So what we're going to need, she's going to need a big second half from her, and we know that she can bring that. We need high volume going to Sophie Fawns just to kind of spread Adio and Fidoju and actually get some more, especially super shots going in towards the goal.
Yeah, I mean, what I liked about what Sophie Fawns brought was the pace. She wanted the ball, as Ebony said, but it's how in which she changed her timing to really drive for those balls. When you've got a Lois Pearson who's running that consistent speed and not changing her pace, it makes Fumi Fidoju sit back even more, but Sophie Fawns demanding that ball. Fumi Fidoju's got to make a choice there. Am I going to go with that, or am I going to sit back? But Then she's creating space in the circle by Eleanor Cardwell moving back to allow space for Sophie Fawns to enter that circle. So I expect to see more of that in this second half, and that connection continue to build between Eleanor Cardwell and Sophie Fawns.
Well, Sophie Fawns, in fact, had a lovely surprise earlier this week. She is, of course, Australian import, and two very special people close to her have made the journey over and have been speaking to Lucy.
Yes, thank you, Jenna. I'm here with some very special guests indeed, Greg and Rod Fawns, dad and granddad of Sophie Fawns. Big warm welcome to Manchester. Now, a little birdie tells me that Sophie had no idea you were coming today. Can you tell me a bit about the moment that she found out you were coming?
Well, that is true. She had no idea. And in fact, we really couldn't come. But an opportunity arose on Sunday at 2 p.m. And I rang my dad and said, would you like to go and watch? And he said yes. So with a little bit of help from family members, we got his visa, we organised tickets and flew in and knocked on Sophie's door and surprised the hell out of her.
That is absolutely incredible, and she has been sensational in the league. We absolutely love having her, and we forget sometimes how young she is. How proud are you of the journey that she's been on?
I didn't hear what you
How
said.
proud
How proud are you?
Oh, I am just so proud. It's remarkable. And when I arrived at her door, she had no idea we were coming. Oh, grandfather! And threw her arms around me. But I'm just so proud of all my grandkids. But Sophie's just done such a great job from the first time she started playing netball.
She absolutely has. We are delighted to have her in this league. And how much has she enjoyed her time at Thunder so far?
She has absolutely loved it. She has got her joy for netball back. It is now not just it's not a job for her, it's a love for her again.
Well, that's when people play their best, right? When they love the sport. It is great to have you here. Jenna, back to you.
Thanks very much, Lucy. Glad to know we are not the only ones who can't hear each other in here. It is very loud. More than 8,000 spectators in the Co-op Live this afternoon. Sophie Fawns, how wonderful is it to hear, Jodie, that she's happy and she's therefore playing her best netball?
It's amazing, that's what you want. She made a really brave decision to come over to the Netball Super League this year and sign for AO Manchester Thunder. She was the signing of the season. When I saw that Karen Gregg had signed Sophie Fawns, I was so excited as a netball fan to have a player of her calibre in our league, and she's really embraced being in this league and the way that she's connected and built combinations with Eleanor Cardwell, Lois Pearson, and at times she brings the best out of that unit when she's impacted or whether she's in that starting 7 position.
I think she's really brought the best out of Elle Cardwell in the unit as well. Like, we've obviously seen some of the VT about Elle Cardwell having a season full of injury. Nat Metcalf obviously come back after having a baby, and actually when you have that calibre and expectation and standard of play, that's someone in there who actually can piece it together. Again, you just bring out the strength of the unit and everyone around you. So I think she's obviously clearly fitted into the Manchester Thunder culture really well. It's great to see her family over here. Netball really is a family and a community game. So to have that support, I know she'll absolutely cherish, but it's really brilliant to see this young athlete thrive in the UK Super League.
It is. I mean, she was a superstar down under as well. Jodie, just how lucky are we to have her in this league this side of the world?
So lucky. We know the Suncorp Super Netball League is that benchmark in netball, and players in the Netball Super League, they often aspire to go over to Suncorp to play for those teams like Adelaide Thunderbirds, and we have players like Eleanor Cardwell who've taken those steps over to the league, but to have a Sophie Fawns who could have stayed at New South Wales Switch, she could have gone to another franchise in Australia, but she chose to come here, and not only has she found her love for netball, but she's playing some of her best netball. We often neglect her age. I think we often, Lucy mentioned, we often see her as a player that's beyond her years, and realising this year was the first time she played 60 minutes of netball is incredible because of the impact she's already had in such a short amount of time in her career.
Do you, Ebony, expect Sophie Fawns to stay at goal attack this second half?
I do. I expect her to step up her game, but I actually think she's doing so well, but I need to go. I think Tamsin's going to pick it up.
She is, Tamsin. Great segue, Ebony. There you go, Tamsin, off to you. Talk us through Pulse.
Yeah, well, we could not talk about the team that is in front, and they would feel very hard done to after the first quarter. They were 15-12 down, but actually they had the better of the first 15 minutes. They picked it up with a 14-10 second quarter. What I really enjoy is how they're taking the one-on-one pressure. Now this is where they are usually lethal. Liz Scholes picking up the ball here. She would always want to connect with Sophie Kelly or with Gracie Smith. They've not been able to do that because of the Manchester Thunder one-on-one pressure on these players going into the end third. So as we play this through, they're having to go back and play it around. Look at Gracie Smith here as she comes through. Again, she's had two players come on her, and you can already see Josie Huckle in the back of shot looking to come absolutely flying on that. She misses this one this time only just, and they pick it up. But Pulse have got the better of this. They've started to play short and sharp. They've started to play quick 1-2s to really open up Liv Sheehan and keep an eye on that rotating circle, because at the minute, they're unstoppable.
They are unstoppable, and they have the lead at the halfway point. What is going to happen in this second half? How do Manchester Thunder get back in this? Can they win a record-equaling 5th Super League title, or will London Pulse create a bit of history of their very own and win their very first back-to-back title? Currently advantage to London Pulse. They lead 27-25.
The final countdown here in Manchester. The second half underway. London Pulse will have the first centre pass. Nia Jones alongside me here in commentary. We've got a bird's eye view. We are ready. Just 2 goals is the difference. In comes Lois Pearson. She's moved to the wing attack position. And you'll see a new face for Manchester Thunder as well. Keris Finn on in goal defence. I mean, what a game to make your debut for your new club. And what an impact from Lois Pearson. That's a steal on the first centre pass. Manchester Thunder back with intent. It's down to a 1-goal game.
I was just thinking that half-time came at the wrong time for us as fans watching on that momentum and the swings and the fizz in the first half. But Thunder have picked up where they left off.
And just like that, even Stevens. It was a 20-minute interval. Maya Lane playing Amex unsigned here. Brilliant half-time gig. But Thunder showing their intent. Really interesting talking to Sam Bird in the week. They actually rehearsed the 20-minute interval last year for the grand final. They've done it before. That's new to Manchester Thunder, but the legs are back and they're running. Good one from London Pulse there.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? Because that extra 5 minutes is so unfamiliar. I'm sure they've been doing a bit of activation in the changing room and an extended warm-up out on the court as well, but there's nothing between them here. Interesting that Greg made those changes. Felt like Pulse went into the half with the momentum, which they did.
Oh, they absolutely did. They've got a roster full of Super League winners from last year. Just one change to their side. Contact called against Gracie Smith. So they've got 9 Super League winners on their side, Pulse. Manchester Thunder have got 7 with experience of winning a grand final. But that lady there, Eleanor Cardwell, she's been part of all of them. She's won out in Australia as well. How important there is that game-winning mentality.
Oh, she won't be overawed at all by the occasion, the noise, the pressure whatsoever. And just in terms of her own form, as you said, she must be so high on confidence that her team has finished the season. They're on a 9-game unbeaten streak, haven't lost since round 6. She's been absolutely instrumental to that.
And the switch of Lois Pearson into wing attack. What do you think's prompted that from Karen Gregg?
Yeah, I think they were just getting a little bit stuck, and it was interesting looking at who got the gains for Pulse. And Zara Everett had 3, Gracie Smith had 2, so actually they did well to resist giving Adio and Fumi any hand to ball, but being drawn into those traps out the front of the circle with some short lateral balls, so maybe just a breather for her. And we know how deadly Pearson is with her feeding. She's also 3rd in the league in the regular season for centre pass received, so she'll add a little bit more dynamism probably to their centre passes.
And don't forget, Manchester Thunder put in 40 more feeds than Pulse through the regular season, despite actually playing 30 minutes less netball because of all that extra time. Causing contact is called.
Yeah, it's always an interesting call, that one, because Carter feels she has a right to stand in the space she's occupying, but if somebody's committed to a drive, you've got to leave space for them to land.
That's the big 3-0 for the team in pink. Out pops Fawns. Brilliant to hear that her family are here and supporting her. Of course, her mum sadly died just after her 18th birthday, but she said that her mum would absolutely support this move to Manchester. Be so proud of her for that goal as well.
I'm sorry, I blame Lucy Goodman for bringing a tear to my eye listening to Grandad Rod and Dad Greg. Brilliant interview at half-time with the Fawns.
Yeah, I had an arm around you. That's the emotion of the game. London Pulse looking to find a way through. The double there on Alicia Scholes. Caught in the sandwich. Look at the strength of Sheen.
Manage contact, wing defense.
Just a hole there against Caris Finn. She's only had a couple of weeks with the Manchester Thunder side. The physicality of this game, you have to read it quickly.
And credit to her, she's had a very busy season, hasn't she? The amount of kit that she must have under her bed from different clubs. She's been a Maverick, she's been a Panther, she's been a Maverick again, but she's very much in the Thunder camp.
Yeah, she's a Scottish Thistle as well, so she'll have eyes on the Commonwealth Games. Just 35 days away, look at that.
Wing defense.
That is one brave take. There's a steal from Adio. She's been threatening that. She's come hunting high up. And because Cardwell holds so high up in the circle, it does give opportunity for Adio to have a little look on the outside.
Well, the ball was advanced in that series of play. Call against McKevitt. So into the circle for Pulse. They'll go again on their centre pass, 32-30.
Yeah, just has to adjust now, McKevitt. There's certain things, even though she feels like she can get to, she'll have to decide against going for, I think, now that she's had a little advance called on her.
Contact goal defence on the way through.
She's having a brilliant season again, though, the Thunder wing defence, another pathway product of theirs. Picked up Coaches Player of the Year and Players Player of the Year last year. And she's got even more gains this season as well.
Yeah, she says she likes to watch her highlights reel after the game. It's all over the socials. This, though, for number 33 on the rebound, Manchester Thunder. such a key stat. If it doesn't go in, who gets possession? Need an offer to come forward, going all the way back to the line. That's a little bit of offside.
Yeah, it has to be ball side there. Huckle can't take any chances now. No player can feel like their job is done. They have to be waiting for the reset in a ball side position.
Look at Lois Pearson just flying down that line. The pass comes in the end. She's at the top. Nice place to feed from. Goes to the edge in Carter.
Contact, goalkeeper.
A little bit of the claw in action there.
Yeah, I think the fans liked it. It's like
but if anything, Eleanor Cardwell says herself, it fires it.
And the missed shot as well on the back of all that. So even just that bit of disruption on the claw pull-in from Adio is paid off.
It's pandemonium here at the Court Live in Manchester.
Even Gracie Smith recognising the work of a defensive unit. They've been starved of clean hand to ball for 5 minutes or so. They won't like that.
Well, opportunity missed there for AO Thunder. They'll go on their centre pass.
And you can understand the predicament Thunder are in. They're trying to get depth and they're hanging in those pockets asking for the ball, but they're frightened to death of throwing it in with Adio and Fadoju there.
And it's offside, go shooter.
Great tracking.
Needs somebody down that channel straight ahead of her. Great change of direction though, Pearson.
Oh, and letting it go. What Tamsin Greenway was talking about, the bravery, the guts.
And because she's got such a brilliant hold and she's given herself so much space for the ball to go into. There are a few better holders in world netball than Cardwell.
Saw Greg up off her feet there.
Contact, goal attack. It's in the centre third. Vantage Instruction Centre. The throw-in.
Oh, the nerves.
On
The game, the moment, all play a part.
Just
Threw the hands of, yeah.
Couldn't believe it, could she? Bird. Neither could Scholes. Hands to her mouth, just straight through the hands of Cheen, uncharacteristically.
The third quarter, incidentally, statistically, the strongest one this season for London Pulse. But bear in mind, Manchester Thunder's is the fourth. Well, shooter to shooter as well. These are the moments that make history. It's back to a one-goal game. 32 Thunder, 33 London Pulse.
A lovely disguise on that little pop to her mate Fawns, wasn't it? Crowd enjoyed it.
There she is, out of the circle. We know that Sophie Fawns likes that space. Back again, though. Well, there was a yellow T-shirt in the far corner of the Co-op Live that was standing up through that whole series of play. They knew it was going in.
I'm glad you said that. I thought you were going to say they'd taken it off already and they're swinging it above their heads. It's a bit early for that. Don't rule it out by the end of the game, though.
Could come
Contact,
later.
goal defence.
33 apiece.
One step forward, goal defence. That's it.
Oh, and at the other end, not afraid to make that pass.
Thunder.
Beautifully done. All eyes on the scoreboard. They'll go back to the court just as Sam Birds did just then. Coming up to the Super Shot territory once again, that last 5 minutes. Manchester Thunder see Sophie Fawns. Up she goes, high as a kite. Lands the goal. That's 34 apiece.
So she came from down under for that one, was camouflaged on the baseline. Adio spotted it, but she spotted it too late. And this will be interesting, because if there's one area that separates these two teams in the regular season, it's that Thunder have been better in Amok's Super Shot time. Oh, what a steal! Welcome to AO Thunder, Keris Finn.
Well, look, let's bring in Tamsin Greenway after that brilliant moment. The score 34-34. Tamsin.
Well, you seem to bring me in every time Thunder get the momentum back on side. So maybe I'm their lucky charm. But listen, Pulse started this quarter really well. They rode out the one-on-one pressure, but they were also helped by the umpiring down there. Everything was called. It allowed them to set up. And actually, their errors have been quite sloppy. Just odd non-passes into the circle or missed shots. For Thunder, though, it's been really interesting. I saw Amy Carter's intent at the start of this third quarter. And if you'd noticed, Emma Rayner was warming up at half-time. I think that gave Amy Carter a bit of a rocket. She started to take on the cuts and drives, but it's Lois Pearson at wing attack for me. Her second change of direction is opening up everything. And because they're getting a bit more depth at times, they're then seeing Elle Cardwell nice and early. It's not been smooth, and Pulse have still got so much to give from this game. The key for them is they're playing so well, but not taking this game away from Manchester Thunder.
Well, Tamsin, thank you. Can they take the game now? London Pulse. Sam Bird has chosen this moment to bring her team into that huddle. She's got a tactical timeout, 90 seconds to speak to her side. Manchester Thunder have pushed back 2 to the good. But London Pulse, they've had so many moments. They're in this game. They want it. They're hungry. They see that back-to-back title. Brilliant instruction as well. Just keen to make use of the moment. Every single player, the 7 on court, the 3 on the bench as well. Well, just coming to the end there, the team back in that tight huddle. Little word from the leaders of London Pulse. They've been brilliant going into the prelim final. They went to the head coach in Sam Bird and they said, we can do better than we did against Thunder last time. They absolutely smashed it against Loughborough Lightning. They're coming back in the third quarter. 36-34, we go again. Manchester Thunder centre pass.
Great shot down on first phase for Doja against Fawns.
Scholes comes through, and with the snatch, it's Kelly.
Outstanding, dream stuff out of the break. It's exactly what Sam Bird would have asked for, because they build their momentum on the back with a defensive pressure. And that is heavy-handed attempt at a fly from Huckle.
Yeah, that was a late contact.
Late advance under post.
Put a hand up as well. Yeah, just having a second look at it into the body of Gracie Smith. She's just taken a breath.
I actually think she did well just to brace and turn away from that. You can understand Huckle going for it. Promoted the lifted ball, but this is the start. Hand in from Scholes against her old team.
Manchester famous for its football, but it's not only one on the court.
Obstruction.
Oh, Cheen doesn't agree, but that's where you talk about discipline. There's no point at all encroaching in that final half a second. Just releases all the pressure you and your team have built up.
Somehow, Alicia Scholes, right place, right time.
Yeah, but again, Zara Everett just going for it, risking that she might get away with the call, the little hand in. There are few better in the league at sneaking in an outside arm than Zara Everett. Oh! What on earth did they say in that tactical timeout?
Just a fraught couple of minutes on the court. The crowd feeling it as well. There's a real buzz from the 8,000 fans wearing yellow, wearing pink.
Just challenging everything, and that's where she has to stand up to the physicality, Cheen, because it's upped from Huckle, and credit to Finn as well, the impact she's had.
Less than 2 minutes to play, falls short of the super shot time. Goodness me, the hands absolutely everywhere.
Obstruction, goalkeeper.
Up in the air. It's a court sport, but so much happening off the feet as well.
Well, ice in the veins of Sophie Fawns after a little bout of volleyball prior to that shot.
Less than 1 minute 30 of the third quarter left to play. Will it be a 2 or a 1 here? That is the question. We've seen it played differently right through the league in 2026. Kelly goes back to the line. The hand comes in from Lois Pearson. That's rewarded by the crowd.
I'll tell you what, that defensive pressure between Finn and Huckel is what's doing it. We've hardly said Sophie Kelly's name since Finn came on.
That move to wing attack for Lois Pearson has been a moment of genius, and there's another one.
Here it is again, just building up the pressure in that final third for Doju on the outside of a player, poor placement.
Gabs Towell, Lauren Malcolm on the bench for AO Thunder, coming to 30 seconds of the third quarter left to play. Long shot, high up in the air, doesn't even touch the rim.
What a goal, my goodness, that is what you call a Swiss shot.
London Pulse now keeping their focus, keeping their team in this game. We've got opportunity, 42-36 is the scoreline.
Contact goalkeeper.
What can this lady do? Over 100 caps as she hands the ball to Kelly. We know she can do it. Not to be. Just a moment there for the umpiring, taking us to the end of the third quarter. This game has ebbed and flowed. Manchester Thunder won the first quarter. The second went to London Pulse. Now though, the home side are back in front. Still 15 minutes of this game to go. The fourth quarter is on the way. It's all to play for. Who has the strength, the skill, and the special magic to make it happen? Well, the third quarter here at the Co-op Live was a 17-9 quarter to Manchester Thunder. They'll be very happy with that indeed. In fact, Manchester Thunder in the semi-final held Pulse to the lowest quarter of the year. That was 8, and just 9 here in the third for the London side. Plenty of work to be done. The score overall, 42-36. Sam Bird with her team alongside her, Fiona Murtagh, Natalie Pepperell as well. Well, they've had their final break in regular time to make any changes that they want to impact this game where they can. Manchester Thunder back with the centre pass. Amy Carter, those changes really work for them. Karen Gregg has chosen to stick with the changes she made.
And it's just interesting looking at the stats. So coming out of that tactical timeout with Sam Bird, they had the immediate turnover, didn't they, Pulse? But then he scored 2 goals for the remainder of the quarter. So brilliant shift in a gear from Thunder to respond to that.
Second jump. Wing defence is outside.
And it really was the super shots. Fawns with 3 in that quarter, Cardwell with 1, Pulse with 0.
Well, both sides trusting what's out on court, sticking with the same 7. It's number 43 for Rayo Thunder. Big ball in, takes the bravery and the early sight as well. Gracie Smith, the young Tucker, as Australian head coach Stacey Marinkovic called her this week. She said that she would steal her for the Aussie Diamonds.
Try and steal it for the Wales team as well, but I don't know how lucky I'll be there.
Oh, I'd pick Wales over Australia anytime. Finn, out to Fawns, in acres of space. The quick in out as well.
Everything there except for the finish from Fawns. That trademark one-handed shoulder pass. Oh, it's loose from Adios.
The celebration off the bench for the team in yellow is quite something. Taylor McKevitt just making sure it safely went out, putting a body in the way.
And this is what they can do now, Thunder. They can run the clock, they can take their time, double, triple check with the umpires if a penalty is set. They are in control on the scoreboard and on the clock.
Well, daylight reverie it was. Really clear on the whistle from Ali Harrison, a Welsh international selected for Commonwealth Games in 2026 as well. Brilliant stuff.
Hand is offside, wing defence. Contact goal defence.
Yeah, good bravery on the feed to put it in there, and Cheen should just know that contact is coming in, contest is coming in, just needs to brace and take it. Need to up the speed now, Pulse, keep it moving.
And his contact, wing it. That goal attack.
Plenty of physicality in the game. We knew there would be. These two sides both in the contest for sure. Well, this to make it 7, separating the 2 grand finalist sides. Don't forget it was 6 the difference at the quarter break. Manchester Thunder keeping to the good. London Pulse though, driving through. They go again.
Contact goal defence.
And they really need to do a bit of the clawing back in this 1 point time to Pulse, because so far in the season and so far today, Thunder have been dominant in that area compared to the team in pink, so they need a couple of turnovers before it gets to that final 5 minutes if they're going to have any chance.
And chance is what it will take to see this through. Manchester Thunder could get a record equaling 5th title. Ball off the side, celebrated by London Pulse fans up and down this stadium. They've come to ruin the Manchester party for sure.
Yeah, big moment. Domino effect from the pressure that Fadoju put on the far side. Caused a rush of blood to swing it across again. They need to score this, Pulse.
Oh, brilliant work to end in a goal, and that was a nice swing for London Pulse. So let's head down to Tamsin, giving you something slightly different, Tamsin.
Yeah, indeed. Pulse have now swung that momentum back again, and that was so important to them. I think what's been interesting is Thunder have come out slightly braver now, but that actually led to that initial turnover. Lois Pearson miscommunicating with Sophie Fawns with the swing, but those swings are starting to open up. The circle's now starting to open up because Pulse are so desperate to win ball. So it's going to be a case of Thunder controlling itself, understanding that possession is key. And for Pulse, they've got nothing to lose. That early feed from Gracie Smith a minute ago is exactly what London Pulse have got to do more of. Let the ball go into Liv Sheen, get them absolutely turning, get Thunder out of position and try and get some goals back.
That is what is required. AO Manchester Thunder riding the wave, 45-40. Well into this final quarter now, as the dream team from their home city add to their score.
Oh, what a steal on the circle edge from McKevitt. She'd been waiting for an opportunity like that all evening.
Oh, so many hands in from London Pulse throughout this game. They're up for every single opportunity. Smith looking to the top.
Goalkeeper in the 2.
Look at that shot. I mean, from the drone, it's beautiful, but it's not bad from Liv Sheen either.
Yeah, and just psychologically staying within 5, you have a little glance up past the drone at the scoreboard.
Bandits obstruction wing attack.
Done well. It was out at 7. As you say, 5.
Contact wing defense.
Which is totally doable, right?
Totally doable, but yeah, they need to claw another turnover back, I'd say, in the next 3 or 4 minutes, Pulse, to stand any chance, because the hot hands of Fawns and Cardwell in Amex Super Shot time is no joke.
Certainly isn't. They're being buoyed by a home crowd as well. Huckle had a little nibble.
Well, it was more than a little nibble, it was a massive chomp, but it didn't pay off in the end. Good shot from Kelly.
It certainly was. You bang on. Yes. Going back, look at the double on Lois Pearson. Means there's some space with Carter. Speed and the footwork. From the Thunder side, the decision goes to London Pulse.
Big call, and she's still down, appealing to Gary Burgess' El Cargo. You can hear what the majority of Manchester think. Here it is again, so active on the outside, and it's there to be challenged. She tried to get the hand in.
Actually quite a tricky one to see. As you say, the crowd not so keen, but the second most capped international umpire in netball says it is so in Gary Burgess.
Yeah, and I think he's been consistent from the start. He's allowed hands to come in. He's allowed balls that are up there, not in anybody's full control, to be contested, and they're capitalising Pulse when they need it most.
7.5 minutes left of this grand final. The step in. Well, just going time and time again. Reflection from the London Pulse bench. Pleased with their goal shooter.
Bandits obstruction wing attack.
Shaving this difference down. A big ball over, absolutely in front of it, Huckle.
Yeah, unfortunately it was never on from Smith. Keris Finn again doing a dogged job against Sophie Kelly. It's like they're playing with a player down now in that end, Pulse, but you have to resist temptation to feed it in long.
Alicia Scholes had a look. She's been brilliant in this game. We've wanted to have her back in the league. Such is her magical playmaking. She's really going to have to step up. AO Thunder again being comfortable in the uncomfortable, taking their time.
It's just emotionally tiring, Lindsay, when you get a turnover and you hear the roar of your bench and you get excited to take it down and you lose it again. So how many times can you keep doing it? You start to get frustrated. But this is good hold-up play again.
And you can practice that all you like, but until you're in the moment, until it's happening in a grand final, thread the needle, find a way through. Manchester Thunder.
But it really is like swimming in shark-infested waters, trying to feed a ball through that Pulse defence, but they've mastered it.
4-goal game. 6 minutes to go in the fourth. Good coverage from London Pulse.
Still, even in these moments, you cannot be a sitting duck, not with players like Fadoju lurking around. You have to take feet to ball.
What with the Ducks and the Sharks, it's all going on. Just letting the crowd tell you how they felt about that one.
Lovely direct play, though. 3 passes straight through the ring. They're going to need a couple more of those. They're going to threaten this scoreline again, Pulse.
Can you believe it? 100 years of England netball this year, 25 years of AO Manchester Thunder. They could make more history if they can keep this scoreline for number 49. There's the buzzer. Super shot time is upon us. Rolls up and in.
And now they haven't got to take the twos, have they, Thunder? They know they've got a little cushion, a nice healthy cushion. It's Pulse that have got to do the chasing. Oh my goodness, Fawns again.
5 minutes though, Nia Jones. It's acres in terms of netball. Anything could happen. Gracie Smith into a good position for Kelly. She just survives and then she thrives.
Wow, what a shot that is. That was absolutely needed from Kelly.
And again, the crowd from the London Pulse side, they come in. Their voices loud and proud.
That is the moment now. Zara Everett, captain's performance again. Getting a hand on ball, they have to take it through. Bird was so critical of her team. The last time these two met, with the percent in which they took to goal from the hard work that they'd done in defence, they have to get it to a shot.
Real opportunity to narrow this scoreline down. It's only 3. I'll go for the single in Sheen. 49-47. Coming up to 3.5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter of the grand final. History is made on moments. We are playing moment by moment.
Oh, how on earth did she rescue that ball? Scholes being absolutely eaten up. McKevitt and Finn all over it.
Set the penalty.
Oh, absolutely beautiful. And just like that, the lead that AO Manchester Thunder has ebbed away, 49-all.
I think she heard us say she'd been a bit quiet since Finn came on. Brilliant couple of super shots from Sophie Kelly, and it's all to play for again.
Nerves of steel required on the bench, on the court, in the crowd, at home. Carter been absolutely solid through this game, as she has all season. Gary Burgess.
There's no way through. Once Fadoju sags back onto whoever is holding onto the post, they're frightened to death of flinging it up, looking for the short bounce pass. Adio getting her shins in the way. Oh, Smith heavily appealing, as is her coach Sam Bird.
Manchester Thunder finding a way through to their super shooter, the girl that's come back to play in yellow. 4 titles she's got with AO Manchester Thunder. She will not let this die without a fight. 51-49, Manchester Thunder in the lead.
What a moment. Interesting to see if Greg had that lined up prior to that two-pointer from their iconic goal shooter.
Of this game. So close.
Just 2 minutes left then. .49, we are back on court. AO Manchester Thunder, Karen Gregg, will she have the last word in this game? She's left absolutely everything out on court this year. 10 years as head coach. She's given her playing life to this club as well. She retired after winning the title in 2012. Her team have to see this through if they want to hold that trophy.
Yeah, I'm just trying to listen in or lip read Karen Gregg. She asked for vision to be open, for them to keep their play short and sharp and keep changing direction.
For the two. Could that be the moment?
I was just about to say that could have been it, done and dusted, but a contact call against Huckel.
Breathing life into the game. Liv Sheen again, it's a big miss. 1 minute 30 to go in the grand final.
And I don't think Ali Harrison's getting a Christmas card off Manchester Thunder.
She certainly isn't. Nothing but net, literally nothing. With that one, they'll go again. She got a line, Sophie Kelly. It's a draw again. This game has gone one way, then the other, so many times. We've seen it go out, be pulled back. It's a draw with less than a minute to go for the Glory. That's a two.
Do not let those ribbons deceive you. She is here, and she means business.
Do not let your eyes leave this court. Alicia Scholes, the pain of that one. She did a beautiful roll, the misconnect. Is that it?
Oh, it's been like an MMA duel, hasn't it, between Scholes and McKevitt. Fascinating duel, and did she have the last laugh?
Will they play this around now? Manchester Thunder guarding that ball, keeping it safe, waiting on for the Glory. Here they go in their 25th year for a 5th Super League title. Meant to be. AO Manchester Thunder champions! Sunshine yellow of Manchester Thunder. This moment is theirs. They say in Manchester, we do things differently here. Well, they were the difference. That team, that 10, that coach, they've made it. on the sideline. She's been involved in the titles here at Manchester Thunder so often. Josie Yarkle, my goodness me. Well, her career came back with Manchester Thunder, didn't it? She's got 4 titles already, but none of them with the northern side. Sophie Fawns celebrates in style. In terms of player of the match, Nia Jones, what are you thinking?
Well, I know she didn't start the game, but boy, did she finish it. Sophie Fawns, with Grandad and Dad watching on. I tell you what, it was worth the time and the money on the flight, wasn't it? What an absolutely unbelievable impact she had, but what a performance by her team, by Karen Gregg. A kiss and a hug for the hubby as well, well deserved. They didn't win a game at Super Cup, Lindsay. Everybody wrote them off. They said it's a sparkly looking roster, but what on earth did they start like? What a game, what a final.
Wow, beautifully put, Nia. Let's see the final moment once again as Gregg receives those hugs from her parents. They have lived this life with her as well.
That third quarter, wasn't it? That 17-9 quarter, absolute pandemonium. This is what you live for, this is what you work for. The early mornings when it's dark outside and nobody even knows or cares that you're training. The late nights, you're eating out of a Tupperware. You're missing family events, you're missing everything. You do it for days and moments like this with your mates, with your family. It's indescribable.
Oh, and a word and note to London Pulse and to the pain being felt by that team right now. They have absolutely played this game out. They've been brilliant in the final, but they couldn't take it today. Let's head down then courtside where Lucy Goodman is with the team.
Sophie Fawns, player of the match, Netball Super League champion. Tell me, how are you feeling?
I just have no words, to be honest. I'm trying my best to hold back tears. It's just been, you know, what an amazing season we've had, and I think from the start that we've come from, where we came away from Super Cup with no wins, lost first round, to being Super League champions is, yeah, undescribable.
I think we need to talk about that journey, because as you say, that Super Cup